Hey, Shalawam, Shalawam. Hey, giving all praises, honor, and glory be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, and Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, and Shalawam to the Lord, to the elect. Alright, it's your brother Yami Kazak, back here from another edifying lesson through spirit, power, and strength. Oh, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, and Kakadash. Just a little walk and talk. Trying to continue it. I was doing it on live, but too much wind. Maybe this direction will be better for the wind. You know what I'm saying? This will be entitled No More Tears, Continue. Alright, so we're moving into that final phase, man. We almost up out of here. It's time to go. And the water Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Because it sucks. You know what I'm saying? Being afflicted, being the lowest, you shouldn't enjoy this place. It is vexing you. It is knocking you down. If you're in the right mindset, you are in the spirit of mourning. And being in that spirit of mourning, as Ezekiel the 7th chapter talks about, that puts you into a wise position. Because you're more cautious. You've been through something, so you don't talk much, man. You're done. You're not done, but you know that life is realistic. It's not fake. It's deadly out here, man. And that's a part of being afflicted. So with that being said, you cry out. Don't you wail, you cry when you get hurt, you get beat? How much more is this? With this whole life, our whole existence being under this wicked power, Esau, Edom. Because these are the powers ordained by the Most High, his sword, to rule over us at this point in time. And this power is coming down with great wrath. So in this time, we have a way to get out, which is Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Yahawashi being the way, as he said. He's the way, he's the door. He's the shepherd. So you got to cleave, you got to hold on, and you can't give up. No matter how hard the pain feels, you don't give in. You don't give over to the chip, to the system. You don't align with this beast system, with the ways of this devil, the corruption. You don't start scamming or cheating, manipulating, and doing all that stuff that the devil wants you to do. Carry yourself with integrity. You remember where you came from, which going farther back than us being in America, I'm talking about going back to being the sons of power. So we remember that. We keep that at the forefront of our mind. And we carry ourselves with that ruling class mentality, even though we not in that position to rule. We are in a low position. But we know that ultimately we will be reestablished. That goes into reformation. Being reestablished and put back into a position of glory. Alright? Tying into those crowns. It's that 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter. Second Esdras, the 2nd chapter, verse 40. Alright. Crowning day, Yahawashi placing the crowns on the elect, on his brothers, and them getting glory at that moment, getting that reward, which is something that they fiend for, something that they held on to, they was looking for the whole time, man, to be back in a position of power, and for that position to be forever, everlasting, having everlasting bodies, So that's what we want. And then that day will bring what? No more tears. We will cry no more. We won't have to go out and teach our brothers and sisters no more. We'll be finally in the new covenant. Now, why would you not want that? Are you constant looking at this goofy Baptist church over there, right? Or way out in the distance, you got, these facilities, corporations that Esau owns, that a lot of our people hella Jake work at. You know what I'm saying? We own none of that. You don't own none of these resources. You don't own none of the stuff that we drive, the cars. I talked about this a little bit in the first lesson. I don't know, probably couldn't hear it because of the wind, but we don't own a lot of this stuff. We're down bad. This is not our rest. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't feel, if you're not in a position of vexation where you feeling it, then really you gotta check your spirit, man, because you should not be happy with what's going on right now. You should not be enjoying this life. All right. Let's get this. Jeremiah 17:7. Blessed is the man that trusteth in Yahawah, and whose hope Yahawah is. That's what we doing. We cleaving and hoping unto Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi to get up out of here. Verse 8. For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when heat cometh, but her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. So that's what a man that trusteth in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is going to be. He's going to be full of that living water, full of that understanding, full of what you need to make it up out of this place, man. What the world gave us is not what we need to make it up out of this place. Okay? So back to reestablishing yourself in this truth. Reformation. Coming into this truth the proper and correct way. Turning back to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Coming back to your customs and your culture. The right way. Coming back into this order. The right way. And yo, you might cry, like we gonna cry right here. Furthermore, going into all the sorrow that we gonna feel. That's why it's called the beginning of sorrows, because we're feeling sorrow. We're sorrowful. This ain't enjoyable. This shit sucks, man. Man, I'm ready to go. I'm sure brothers and sisters is ready to go. Fuck they got here, man. Ain't nothing here that I want. I'm ready to go. Verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? All these the fleshly desires, the stuff that you want, the career that you want, the promotion that you want, the car that you want, the woman that you want. All that shit is bullshit, man. Blessed is the man that trusts in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. So keep your faith. Keep your priorities in order. Everything else comes after Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. You know what I'm saying? Verse 10. I, Yahawah, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings, your deeds. What you put in is what you get out. If you trust in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, then what you put in is going to be pleasing in his eyes. If you don't trust in him and you're not seeking after his ways, then what you put in is not going to be pleasing. He's not going to care about it. It's not going to be a worthy sacrifice. All right? Consider that, man. Keep your eye on the prize. Tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? Hey, with that being said, man, I'm going to wrap it up. Just a quick little walk and talk. All right? I'm about to jog. But with that being said, giving all praises, honor, and glory be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash, and double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone. Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect. Kwam Yasharahla, the Bible ball. Keep the faith. Shalawam, shalawam.